Okay.
The Finance Committee meeting for October 7th, 2024. Counselor Jones is absent. Counselor Waltney. Allemine. Smith.
Here.
Harden. Got 3.
Okay. All right.
Hanging on to a quorum.
Hanging on to a quorum. All right. Can I get a motion to dispense with the reading and approve the minutes as presented by Mr. Sechrist?
So moved.
All right. Motion for Mr. Waltney. Need a second?
Second.
That's right. Second for Mr. Harden. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oh, we have 2 sets of minutes.
Yes.
Oh, budget hearing meetings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Can I also? Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget hearing meetings from September 26th.
Okay.
Second.
Motion for Mr. Waltney, second for Mr. Harden. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Those both pass. Okay. Old business. 2006-23. Request for consideration of the city manager from Mayor Patrick McCluskey and Alex, President Wyatt. This is the item that we discussed about changing because we're not really considering the city manager anymore. So what do we need to do? Do we want to keep the same number? Do we want to change it altogether? What do we want to do?
I'm not sure it matters a whole lot one way or the other unless Walter has an opinion.
Oh, there he is. Hello.
In terms of, it's obviously gonna come back. I think Walter and I sort of talked about a plan for how to go about this process that will be coming up.
Okay.
And so I'm fine with I don't think there's a need for an update every other week like there was when we were going through the rest of the process. So I'm fine with taking that off and then coming back with a new item once there is
a plan.
Once the committee that is eventually created is coming back to report to the council about interviews and stuff.
Okay, all right, so I guess that the appropriate motion then would be, for now, just to drop 2006-23, and then we'll put a new item on when it's time for the committee to make a recommendation and the finance committee to deal with it.
I make a motion to drop 20-06-23.
Okay,
Second.
all right, motion from Mr. Harden, second from Mr. Waltney, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, that is 3-0 to drop that item, and we'll look forward to hearing more about that future. And now, back to you,
And
sir.
I apologize for being late. I was meeting with the finance director.
Exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff.
So,
That is
Is
a
he
good
coming
excuse.
to join us?
he is going to join us, yeah.
Yay.
He'll be here in just a minute, but we got tied up with a few items. And what I want to pledge to you in my final times here as heading up finance is to meet with him to look at ways that we can be more efficient and handle each of the items in a much more efficient and succinct manner. So I appreciate starting the meeting
Of course.
and getting
Of course.
getting the first item dropped. So. So welcome Lester Smith here. He's here, and we're happy to have you.
We're very happy to have you.
Yes.
And
Welcome to Homewood.
and as we've kind of talked, I mean, he's in observation mode, so learning all the different systems and processes that we have now. But if there are questions, he will do the best he can to answer to the best of his knowledge about how to handle different things. So let's go through new business and kind of work through this. So, and do you have any opening comments for the committee?
No, other than to say I'm happy to be here. Thank you all for your confidence and your trust in providing me the opportunity to serve the city of Homewood. Thank you.
You're very
Wonderful.
welcome, and we are very happy to have you.
Wonderful. Okay, so starting with new business, and Bo sent all of this out to the committee, so we should have all of it in the little packet here. 070924, request to authorize the mayor to sign lease renewal agreement with Quadient. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes, sir.
For postage machine at City Hall. And this was sent out. It looks like a 36-month lease at $216.20 per month. This is budgeted, and it's a renewal. So how long have we been using them?
We just had a 5-year contract with them.
Okay.
But it was PD Post before it was Quadient. It was EO Post before it was Quadient.
Okay.
Did they just change the name of the company?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, so we just have to sign the new contract with the new thing. Okay, gotcha.
When we
Okay, I would make a motion to approve, the mayor signing the renewal agreement with Quadient for the postage machine.
Second.
Okay, moved by Counselor Smith, second by Counselor Gwaltney. Any other questions on that discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4, we've got 4. That passes 4-0, going to council for next week for that. 080924, request to set bid date for October 29th for Fire Station 3 addition. Chief Broadhead.
My request is, since we hired an architect firm to handle this, they're gonna handle the bid opening for us. That's the reason the date's a little bit off. It's not on a finance night. But they will take care of the advertisements, making sure all of our bid bonds and stuff are correct and in, and then provide us back with a report. Obviously, myself, we're gonna open them here at City Hall. We ask that they're due at 2 o'clock that day, and then we'll open them at 2:01, and then prepare a report for the next meeting for you guys. In the meantime, I would also like to carry this item over so that I can bring the plans forth at a recommendation of our finance director. I think it's, after we spoke, it's a good idea for you guys to see what we're doing, particularly with the age of the fire stations, and determine that, is this the best option? What we decided is that our money for the bids will not change. We've already paid the architect firm to do everything, so we'll go ahead and sending them out will not affect what we owe. But I would like your buy-in on what we're trying to do. The reason I chose this station, obviously we know Station 2, we've been talking about replacing it for a while. There's not really worth putting a lot of money into it. This one still has some longevity in it after we move stations, maybe as a training center or some other building that we can keep. So I feel like it's a worthwhile project, but I do want to bring it to you guys and make sure that it kind of fits in our long-term plans. So,
Chief Broadhead, who's the architect?
Latham and Associates.
Good architect.
So did the recommendation make sense to go ahead and set the bid date for October 29th? And you know that's a Tuesday.
I do.
Yeah,
They're gonna
that's-
handle the opening and everything so
Okay.
that you guys don't have to be here.
Okay, so y'all will do it here.
We'll do it here at
Okay.
City Hall.
All right, so I guess my motion would be to set the bid date for, October 29th, 2024 with bids due at 2 p.m.
Opening at
Then
2.
opening at 2:01 here at City Hall.
And then also we'll carry over.
And
the
then
item
carry it
of
over.
Reviewing the plan, so we'll
Right.
have this item still in our, on our agenda for next time, so we can review the plans.
And next meeting, I'll bring a paper copy, but I will also email out the electronic copies for y'all to view. It's just
Okay,
hard
and
on us.
and then Brian can put it up on the screen too.
All right,
Perfect.
Second that.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. Any questions on that? I know I will be in Columbus that day, so could you come to the bid opening?
On the second,
On
on the
Tuesday.
29th, let's see, when's that? Yeah, I think I should be able to.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
I'll be an
Motion second.
observer.
Okay, you can be an observer.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0, that passes. Thank you, Chief. And you can send out the electronic and we'll distribute those plans and, yeah, it had your best side, is that what you're saying?
Yes, it did.
Okay. I didn't realize we had that camera right there either.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
Wow, yeah, there it is.
Stand right there, Chief. So, okay, so that has been passed, okay. Moving on, so don't move. You already moved. 090924, request to surplus 1996 Pierce aerial apparatus, and then you see the VIN number, miscellaneous small equipment. Chief.
So on the fire truck, my request, I sent Mr. Kendrick a request to see if we could consign it with a dealer this time. I think we will get about $50,000 out of it that way versus Gov Deals. Gov Deals is, for these specialty apparatus, a little bit longer to sell them is better. We recoup more of our money. So as long as he doesn't have a problem with the listing contract, that would be my preference for that fire engine. The small equipment would be just our normal thing, and I sent a list out of the small equipment as well.
Well, who
So-
said we can't get 100,000?
Well, I wish we could, but it is a 1996 Pierce Arrow with 45,000 miles on it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but It is in the fire truck world.
And which one is it?
This is what we call ladder 6. It is down at Station 3
Okay.
as the reserve. When we got the new engine 2 in, which just came in less than 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
It will replace this one, and this one will go out of service. The current 2012 will then remove to frontline reserve.
Okay, so that the 2012 will replace the 1996.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And motion for approval, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Motion for approval.
Okay.
And I'll second that.
Okay. Mr. Gwaltney. And Mrs. Smith, this is a random thought, but could you share with Mr. Smith the 20-year capital
Absolutely.
plan?
So, we've talked about that already, and he asked for it, and I said, I'm extremely proud that we have that.
I'm,
because Chief Brandon started that.
I'm always tell you how proud I am that you have that as well, because it
makes a
helps.
difference.
It helps look down the road. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's 4-0. That passes. Thank you, and that'll go out to council for an ordinance next week. And our last item on the agenda, 100924, request for consideration of 23-24 budget amendments for Park and Rec, Public Works, and Traffic. So, one thing, Mr. Kendrick, I'm gonna do a better job.
You want 2 resolutions?
What we wanna do is have a resolution to each department, but consider that Park and Rec and Public Works would be one resolution, and then, traffic would be another. But, what I would like to occur, moving forward is any budget amendments, really should be going to the finance department for review.
I agree with that.
You're good with that? It has really just landed within the finance committee, and it really needs to go to Mr. Smith to review. Is there, why are we having the budget amendment? Are there, what can we do to avoid this in the future? And so we want,
You mean it goes to him before it comes to our committee?
the goal
If
is
it
for
ever
it
comes.
not to come to our committee at all, but it really should, and especially, we're getting into the new budget. There's no reason for us to do any type of transfers or amendments to the budget that we've just passed, how many days ago? 7 days ago. So that's really the goal, is that, we should be the last resort here to review any type, and it's really just been coming to us from the department heads. But now we have Lester here, and we're happy about that, so we want things to go
Do we want to
through
scare him
finance.
away?
But I told him, these are for last year, so this is, so if you can, Berkeley, if you can kind of explain what these are, so that, we can kind of talk through.
The Park and Rec one is is our activity line item. It's for the officials for our flag football and volleyball. And we knew we were gonna be short walking because last year was our first year of volleyball. And this year, we had to add about 60 more games of flag football because we got 130 more kids. And so we have to pay them up front for the first half of the season in order to get them on the schedule. And so that was the Public Works one, and I can't, do you have, what was the Park and Rec?
I only have two items for you,
Yeah.
8,700 from
Yep.
salaries to contractual services.
And that's the official.
Oh, and then the other one was to cover some of my tree removal for contractual services, because I got a couple of my spraying things that came up, and I was about 40 or 50 grand over with the tornado and my tree cut, so that was just to move some money back and cover that.
All right, so officials for flag football and volleyball
Yep.
and trees.
And
But
tree
where, I don't see that in what you provided. What's the I only have 2 requests for transfers.
Yeah,
Isn't that what you have?
I-
I see
I think- but I think-
$8,700 and $250. Is there?
So that's the tree removal.
Yep.
Oh, you're right, that says overage.
So I don't have,
This says sidewalk repair, small infrastructure sidewalk repair.
so
Oh,
what?
maybe I've already done that, I don't know, I got so at the end there, I should be good, If I
Okay.
don't have that one on there, I.
So-
Yeah, the only two that are on here, it's a, 8,700 for, from salaries to contractual services for the tree removal, and then a transfer of 250 for fuel for small infrastructure overage on a sidewalk repair.
Okay.
That's what it says.
That's it then, just go with that one.
Okay, and this is why this is gonna be great when this goes through finance to figure this stuff out, to make sure we're clear. And Mike, that's one resolution for these two items. You have this. And do you have any questions, Mr. Smith, do you have any questions on it at this point?
Not at this point.
Okay.
I would make a motion to approve that surplus for the, Public Works Department, the two items for the Public Works Department.
And this is a transfer, no new money,
Right.
Correct.
kind of, from
Second.
last year. Okay, you made that motion?
And Andy seconded.
And second by Mr. Walton, okay. All right. That's one, and then we'll get to traffic. Okay, let's do the first one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-0 for those two items for parking. It's really, both of these
They're
are
both
public
public
works.
works.
They're public works. Okay, and then the other item is for traffic, and that is $4,500 from traffic signal equipment, 4,000 from street light equipment, and 4,000 from fuels and lubricants to account building improvement.
That's for a air conditioner unit that went out, it's been out for several weeks now. So when I met with the mayor on the budget, we looked at that instead of adding it to the new budget. Just looked at adding the surplus from those accounts to pay for it.
Is that just to pay for a repair?
Yeah, that's for a complete unit.
Replacement.
For,
Replacement.
so it'd be more of a capital item?
Yeah.
That's what it is, capital line item.
Okay, so we're moving it from, okay,
Be a total of
That-
12,500.
got it, okay.
All right, I would make that motion to make that transfer, so y'all can get the air going.
Second.
Okay, moved by Ms. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney. For the traffic change, transfer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0. And, yeah,
In order to help out Mr. Segrist, I would like to take some items, all the items off the table and get rid of them.
why don't you move for 03, 05, 20, 16, 01, 15, and 04, 12, 22, 25, 04, 17 to all be removed from the table?
Yes, I would move that all four of the items on the table, as said by Mr. Jones, be removed from the table.
Second.
Okay, second by
Alright.
Mr.
303, 05, 20's been around a while.
Yeah, okay, so,
Moved by Ms. Smith,
03,
second.
05.
Hold on a second.
Okay, sorry.
We gotta have a vote.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Second by Mr. Harden, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0, they're all
Okay.
on, back
yes.
on the agenda. under
Okay,
old
I would
business.
take, first, I'm gonna take them from the bottom. 250417, that project is complete, and I believe we can drop that. I would make a motion to drop.
Second.
Okay, move to drop Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 4-0 to drop.
Okay, and 041222, I spoke, with President Wyatt, and we can drop that one as well. So I'd make a motion to drop.
Second.
Okay, moved by Ms. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0 to drop.
Okay, and 160115, I spoke with Mr. Smith, and at the beginning of next year, he is gonna start on a new sidewalk inventory so that we can get an up-to-date view of what that is. So I would like to move to drop this item, and we'll bring a new item on when we get to that point.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney to drop that item. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-0, that passes to drop.
And 030520 has been on obviously for way too long, and Mr. Kendrick is working on this, so I would like to drop this current item, and then when we have a new handbook to look at, we will bring it back up. I move to drop.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-0 to drop. So really, we only have one item that we'll be carrying over to our next meeting, which will be 08-09-24 to review those plans. Great work. Without objection, we're adjourned.